The current spoiler warning level is Azure.
Friends and folks, for this episode, you're looking at a spoiler warning level of Azure. We're talking about a single machine from a Gundam IBO Iron-Blooded Orphans spin-off that doesn't matter. Please enjoy the episode. Hello friends and folks, and welcome back to another episode of Mechanista and G. We are free, at least this episode, from the tyranny of the cards. I'm Six Detmar.
And I'm Dylan. Yay.
Yay. You see those Pokemon cards?
What? No.
I think their newest set is once again setting, obscene reseller records because it's gambling. It's just gambling.
That's unfortunate.
Let's see. I'm looking at the $500, $560, $600, $830. This is too much to pay for a currently in print new Pokemon card.
Yeah, for currently in print card stock with images.
I mean, it's too much to pay for out of print too. I think that shit's ridiculous, but I have been traumatized enough by society to know that collectors will lose their minds and kill themselves for anything.
Yeah.
Spill the blood from their necks for a fucking Pikachu. And I like Pikachu, but like, come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know how much plastic robots I could buy for $850?
I don't. I mean, I could probably do the math, but the answer's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on like what you're getting, but I'm sure it would be a little more worthwhile than some card stock with an image of a little guy that you like, personally. Not to be rude to cards, I like that when they are normal. I think TCGs are fun. There is fun to be had with them. And, there is a little bit of, like, inherent, like, gamble brain to humans with this, but, like, you go to a draft event for MTG and you don't pay all that much, and then it's like, hey, that was a fun night of playing a game as well as getting some new things.
Yeah.
Well, used to be. I don't know. Magic's also fucked now because they cannot stop doing, like, crossover things that are also, being scalped to hell and back, so I don't know. The whole market's fucked. I mean, this is the problem, right? You give people an inch and they take a mile. But anyway.
Sure. I mean, I went ahead and bought some cards the other day. I spent $90. Shipping was free.
Okay.
And I got 372 cards. So.
All right. Nice.
I feel good about that.
That's not too bad.
No. It's a Netrunner. I was buying Netrunner cards. So. You know how Netrunner cards work? It's not a CCG, it's an ECG. Are you familiar with this?
No. What is an ECG?
It means expandable card game. It means there are no booster packs. You just buy sets. It's just like, here's $45. Here's every card in the set and 3 copies of them, so you can build any deck possible.
Ah, that's kind of neat.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Were you looking?
No.
Okay, I forgot because I was talking. I forgot my brain and just posted the robot. But
amazing.
You weren't looking.
No,
so
I was in another tab for the moment.
Oh, and I'm not recording. Okay. Also, the viewer didn't see that because I wasn't recording. Now I'm recording.
Yay,
I'm recording audio, but the video wasn't.
It gets to be a surprise
mystery for everyone.
Yay! All right.
Nobody knows I fucked up. In fact, I didn't fuck up. I just said that. I was joking. I clearly did this right the whole time.
Okay, yeah, this was just a prolonged bit. Okay.
I'm creative like that.
All right. Well, ready for the hint whenever.
I posted
Oh,
it.
you put... God damn it, I was still not on the tab because I was waiting for you to... Okay, there we go. Oh, Ooh, okay. My guess is something from Double O.
Okay.
Initially. Because I'm, like, looking at the lines there. It's a very warm color is, like, the main color. Like, it's like a white,
it's a
but
nice
it's like...
sort of like almost like a very gentle, earthy pink.
Yeah. Ooh. Is this... These shapes feel like I should be able to guess what it is, but I'm not... The color is the thing throwing me off, actually, because I feel like I see these colors and I should know exactly what it is, but I kind of don't. At least not, like, immediately, which is like, wait, no.
Okay, we can give you a bit more.
Yeah, give me a little more. Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Ooh. Ooh, that foot. The foot. Why?
I'm taking that out of context.
Shut
for
up.
Sure.
Oh, no. I'm like looking at that. That feels like it's... I should really know what it is because of the fucking foot, though. That's the thing. 'Cause that's, you know, weird. Oh. Fuck. No. Why don't I know? Oh no. I'm like thinking and I'm like, okay, it's not... No, I don't... I am perturbed by not knowing this because this feels like it should be obvious. Alright, give me a bit more.
Okay, so...
Maybe of a different part or something.
I'm gonna give you one more. I feel like if I go... Oh, of a different part? That's an interesting idea.
Well, you know, because like, if you zoom out of the leg and it's not going to give me all that much more, then at least like a different part, you know.
I feel like I'll give it away if I...
But it's up...
Probably you'll get it pretty fast, but that's okay. You're allowed to eventually have the answer to the question.
I mean, yeah, no,
that lets the show proceed.
Yeah, this eventually is going to proceed anyway.
There you go.
Oh! What? No, this... Okay.
Here, let me move them in relation to each other. I'm sorry, that must be confusing.
No. I'm just staring at this and I'm like, this is familiar, but what is it? This feels like I should just know it.
I kind of thought you would get it with that.
I know it, but I don't know it. Oh, I feel like I'm losing my mind. I'm like staring at this and I'm like, okay, alright, what is it? Is this an
I'm
age
not telling
suit?
you. We're just gonna keep going until you get it.
Oh my god.
And this part will help you a lot.
Okay.
I bet.
Alright. Oh! This is the Gundam Gremory.
This is the Gundam Gremory.
God damn it! That took way too long. Alright, yeah. Oh my god. I don't know why I feel bad that took me so long, because I like the Gremory. I don't know.
I guess it seems like you don't.
Okay, yeah. But I was right, it is an Ebikawa design, so that's why I was thinking, like, 00 or something. It's just, okay, yeah.
I thought about giving you a piece of the weapon without ever giving it away.
Okay, that would have given it away, yeah. As soon as I would have seen, like, a broken anchor, yeah. Or like,
sure.
the hands would immediately give it away.
Yeah, that's you can see why where I stopped where I did on the legs.
Okay, I see, yeah. Okay, yeah. So, the Gundam Gremory, ASW-G, what is it gonna be now? It's gonna be ASW-G something.
Oh, we're back to this game.
No, I am not guessing. There's 72 of these, and I do not know the Arsgotia order. Arsgotia.
Well, you know what number 1 is.
Well, yes, number 1 is Bale.
So So there's 71 guesses to make.
Shut the hell up. It's 56.
It's true. It's 56.
I know, because I was pulling up my book that had more art of this. So, anyway. Yeah, so the Gundam Gremory. This is from Iron-Blooded Orphans Gecko, the manga spin-off.
And that movie's out, right?
No, the movie is Urder Hunt, which is...
Oh, it's Urder Hunt, right.
Yeah, which is the mobile game.
Yeah.
And
right.
Apparently it is not many new scenes connecting the tissue of the game, so it is essentially like watching the game's cutscenes on YouTube, but without the text scenes in between, so you actually have less context than if you were watching a translated video on YouTube or something. Which is very annoying, because, you know, like, you would figure with all the time they spent making this movie that it wasn't just a, like, badly put together cutscene compilation, and yet seemingly that's what it was. At least going off people who saw it. I haven't seen it, but you know, it has been talked about. And yeah, trying this. Oh, you know what's interesting is this unit doesn't actually pop up in the IBO Mechanical Works book. Fascinating, because they have the Vool and the Astaroth and the Dantalian. They don't have the Gremory in here. That is... yeah, weird. Okay. Alright. Well, because, like, you know, there is a page on the wiki that is clearly a page from a book, right? Of some sort.
Yeah.
Oh, that's from Gundam Ace. I didn't even look. It does say where they actually got this.
Oh, just...
I saw that at the bottom, and its style just made me think, oh, that's probably from, you know, one of my books. But no, it is not. None of my IBO books actually have... I was hoping, because the quality of the page there is not great, unfortunately.
It's not I mean, it could be better, but this is totally workable. It's
yeah,
not
I
like
mean,
it's
we have the head,
bad quality.
and honestly, it's not like there's that much more. There's just the anchor, really, is down there, but... Alright, so, the Gremory. To describe this design, this is a Gundam frame from IBO, so the base frame is, you know, what you would expect it to be, but the outside of it is weird. So, for the head, you have a head that is covered by the backpack cloak. So there is a cloak popped up off the middle of the backpack that goes over the head. In its default art. However, if you're watching the video of this, we can actually see the bare head underneath in the lower right of the video. I'm going to describe that first, just because it'll be easier to, you know, do the way our format goes. The head, most of it is taken up by a wild-ass V-fin that is more like a helmet in and of itself, which is funny considering it also has a hood over its head. So the V-fin is like a very bright pink, like, I don't even know how I would describe, like an electric pink, I guess, would be the color, how I would describe it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Just
very neon or electric, sure.
Yeah. The horns, the V-fin horns go pretty high up. They're very thick. The middle part, you have like you almost have like a double crest going on, like in the middle. There's one behind it that is popped up with a little bit of a gap between it and the head itself, and then you've got like a plate in front of that. And then towards the bottom of this V-fin structure, you've got like two like little pointy bits like meeting towards the middle. So you got this like tiny double point at the front of the V-fin. And the V-fin doesn't really end there though, because if you look at the side of it, it actually connects into the cheeks and goes around the face of the Gundam as well. For the face, you've got some very deeply set yellow eyes, and you do have a very, in the same warm gray as like the armor, face mask that's on the inside. The mask doesn't have a lot of detail on it. We can actually see there's a tiny sketch of it that's got like a little bit of lining that is below the mask, but no other vents or anything going on. And then you have black cheek armor on the sides of that, framing like, or I guess it's more like chin, because it starts at the cheeks and then it frames around more like the chin area. And then the rest of the head armor, interestingly, is like this brown color on the back of the head and around the neck. Which is not really used, though actually, now that I'm looking at it, I wonder if that's meant to be the same color as, because the colors are a bit washed out here and darker.
Uh-huh.
Like, noticeably the red looks more pink. So I wonder if that brown is actually kind of like that warm gray color that the inner frame uses. You know? And it's just darker.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So,
because I mean, you get little peaks of it like here.
Yeah.
And you know, it's also in shadow, so it's a little hard to be
but
certain,
then
but
look
it
at the
doesn't
shadow
look that
value
brown.
of that versus these, you know?
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
For sure.
So really cool looking head, very fancy. You don't really see much of it by default, funnily enough. For the torso, the armor is separated into 2 pectoral plates and a middle plate. The pectoral plates are huge. The middle plate is very thin, just connecting the two, not very wide. For the pectoral plates, they have some pink spikes, like triangular spikes, wedged out of the top of them. You have 2 on either side. And then on the lower part of the pectoral armors, you have like a plate of armor hanging off that then has some holes cut in it. Very long ones coming off the edge, the inner edge. And then you do have one more little plate below the center plate that is in... The main plates here are all in this, like... What would you describe this color as? Eggplant? But like pale, or not pale, but like desaturated eggplant.
Like yes, that would be the way I would do it.
Because it's an unusual color, but I like it. It's nice looking. So, and then you get more of that warm grayish color as the main color for that little plate below in the middle. And then you have bare Gundam frames, so you've got the round sections under the pectorals that have the pistons going into the waist, and then you've got the spinal column running on the back. And the back of the spinal column has the cables running up it, same as all the other Gundam frames. For the shoulders, really, really big shoulder armor. It is rounded around the top, looks the same on the front and back. So, the front, you've got, like, a base part that has a panel line going around the top. And then you've got, like, a piece of armor that kind of hangs on the front of the shoulder. This piece of armor that hangs on the front, at the base of it connecting into that initial piece, you have a white triangle, and it is actually white, which is fun.
Yeah.
And it's got, like, a little panel line on that. The rounded bit of armor going around the top, you've got a little bit of... You have, like, the same kind of cuts, actually, that are, like, on the torso, like these, you know, rounded at the end little cuts on the armor. You have 2 on the front, 2 on the back. And then you have one more little plate of armor that kind of flares out around the end of the shoulder. There's also a bit of armor that protects the bicep that's popped down from inside the shoulder armor. And the bit that's popped down inside of there also has the little holes cut into it. The bicep is just a single solid color. It only protects around the front. It's very boxy. The back of it just has the bare Gundam frame with the double cables running down it. The joint is a joint. The forearms, like a lot of the Gundam frame designs, has the top of the forearm open to the frame with the cables visible.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Audacity crashed.
Oh no.
I wonder what it crashed. Let's see. Recover selected.
I'm at 19 minutes and 9 seconds, and we did start recording.
Okay, it crashed 5 minutes ago.
Ooh, no.
I'm gonna save what I have here.
Okay.
And this is gonna be really annoying, actually.
I'm so sorry.
I
Is the
mean,
audio saved from the video?
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna have to. But also remember that I didn't start on time.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna have to really stitch this one together.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm so sorry.
What can you do? All right. Well, There's that.
Yeah, because I was like, well,
new
maybe
audio
we
track.
could. Basically, there's no way to do this that doesn't involve stitching. Because I was like, what if we just start off? But then we can't do the guessing, and you would want to keep that. Oh no. Okay.
Probably the best way to do it is to, like, because I could extract the audio from the video and use that, so it'd be like stitch, 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 3 parts. I think I'm still going to do a 3-part stitch, but instead I'm going to use the audio from Craig, because I won't have to pull it from a video, and it probably will work a little better that way.
Yeah. I haven't done anything with my recording. It's still going, so, you know.
Great. I wonder why Audacity crashed. I mean, I guess...
I mean, sometimes it just...
Programmers are also wondering this,
Yeah, I mean... Hasn't happened in a long time, but I know I've had it just one time also just, like, crash on me while open and recording. And I don't know what...
This is why we have Craig.
Yeah.
This is why, we'll do a bonus unit at the end of this. We'll cover Craig.
Okay. Well, let me know when you're ready to continue, and I will...
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Oh, okay. Just keep going? Okay. So, for the forearm, then, I already described the inside of the frame. The sides of the armor are... in that warm color and just kind of protect around the sides of the arm. You have a little bit of it popped up protecting the side of the joint, not very much. And then around the wrist, you get more of that eggplant color protecting around that, just a circular bit of armor. And then on the bottom of that, you have a large, like, almost like a buckler attached to the wrist that sweeps back over the arm, which is really fun. You can see that it can actually pop forward a little bit if necessary. Like, it has a little arm there with some rotation at the base. And then that connects up into the back there. The armor that is hanging there, though, these little bracers, just has a point at the front. It's not even, like, super pointy at the front, just like a rounded point at the front. You've got more of those distinctive cuts on the either side of it. Then you've got a little panel line on the back. So, lots of armor on this friend. As for the hands, surprisingly unique hands for an IBO design. You've got hand cover on the back, and the fingers start as the normal Gundam frame fingers. However, tipping each of the fingers, starting at the midpoint, are extra pink armor. So 2 sections of each of the fingers have this, like, really pronounced pink armor around it. And it elongates the fingers a little bit more than the standard Gundam frame. I love the way this looks. I am very mad that on the kit, it has an open hand like this, but the closed hand is just a regular closed hand. So,
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Plus, you have to paint it. So,
Boo.
It's just unfortunate.
Yeah, that's weak shit.
I mean, it's an HGUC or HG-IBO. Though, I mean, if they did it in the modern, maybe it would be a little better. I mean, it would have a better frame now that they've finally updated that frame. Anyway.
Yeah. Guess so.
Moving on to the waist. So, you have a crotch piece in the middle. Just has a little cut on the top. Has some kind of decal on it. Probably says ASW-G or something like that. It probably says Gundam Gremory. But who knows? Can't really read it from here. The skirt armor, the skirt plates are pretty standard in overall shape. They've just, long skirt with a point at the bottom, kind of angled around the edges. Does have its one distinguishing feature, has the double cuts in it. I do like that it's double cuts, kind of like the torso ones. Towards the edge, when the cuts are in the middle of the object, of these parts, they're just circular on both ends. However, for the ones on the torso and the ones on these skirts, because they start at the edge, they actually have, like, even though the armor is indented, it actually has a little bit of armor, like, backing on the edge, and then the actual, like, all the way through hole is there, which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the side skirts, kind of boxy side skirts, more armor around the top than the bottom. The armor around the bottom is framing some... They almost look like heat sinks, the way they're arranged. You have these 3 big wedges of like, inner frame colored armor there. And then there's a little bit of a gap in them, but the way they're arranged kind of reminds me of like a heatsink or something. And then for the rear skirt, singular big plate, panel line at the top, and some cuts in the back double cuts to match all the other double cuts on this. For the thighs, simple armor just going around the front. The rest of it is just the bare inner Gundam frame around the back. So it just protects the front and the sides with the armor, and then the back is just Gundam frame. The joints are joints. The lower leg, you've got a bit of a popped up knee. The knee has a plate of the darker armor, and then the rest of it, it's only around like the front, and then the rest of it is just in the lighter color. The sides of the knees have the double cuts in them. Does also have a vent around like the front of the calves, like where they stick out a bit. Just these little vents. And then you've got what I would presume are maybe just like some simple thrusters in the calves pointing down and back a little bit. Very built in, very simple in design. And then the rest of the armor just frames around the front of the frame. The back of the frame is all bare still. Does have one unique bit of armor to the back of the frame, which is on the back of like the calf area right above the cables. It has sort of like the side skirt. You've got a bunch of wedges in there that have like a little bit of armor underneath, but these 3 wedges are not normally on the Gundam frames, so that's new. And then there's also a little bit around the back of the joint, like a little bit of armor going around the back of that where the leg bends. So a little bit of extra armor on the back compared to a normal Gundam frame. Finally, for the feet, like a lot of IBO designs, you've got the circular like inner frame part that is just a toe and a heel connected to it. For the toe part that's connected onto it, bit of armor around the side, really large bit of armor popped around the top of the foot there. That is, protecting, like, just extra armor for the lower part of the lower leg. And then the toe is pointing down pretty significantly. It's got a little cut in the front of the armor, and then has a bit of the darker armor at the end, around the end of the toe, and then it's got, like, 2 little claws, or basically one claw that is cleft, actually, is a better way of putting that for how this is designed around the front. And then for the heel, it's just a high heel, single piece, a little bit of gray armor showing on the bottom of it, but, it's a high heel on a Gundam frame, so kind of standard there. Funnily, when we were looking at this foot, so I didn't realize this was a high heel foot when I was seeing just the right foot there. What I was seeing it as is a foot folded down.
Sure.
So I was thinking of, like, some other designs also because of that. I kept wanting to think, oh, this is something with, like, a weird flight mode going on. But no, this is just very high heel and tall front of the foot. As for the backpack now, the backpack is a lot of layers of armor. So it's connected around the top of the backpack plate, you have a large hood that goes over the head. The hood has running around the front to the back, really deep grooves going around the whole rounded bit of it, which, matches the rest of the suit. Just instead of having 2 on each side, it's 1 on each side, but I guess if you think of it as one piece, it's still 2. Then the base backpack part around the plate on the back, you've got a pointy triangular plate, or I guess more arrowhead shaped plate, going backwards. This has 2 cuts in each of the faces, and then below that, another small arrowhead shaped plate, a little smaller than the one behind it, and that has 2 cuts in it as well. I believe there's also a vernier in there. And then attached to the sides of the backpack are a sort of like a little thruster pod. It has a piece going around the top. As you go around the top section, it goes pink armor at the end with a double like thruster there. And then at the bottom, it's got these like weird little like, I believe these are also thrusters, but like it's like, very like long. it is like sandwiched between two of these like triangular parts, basically, the thruster is. And then it's got more of those cuts on those little parts there. And yeah, so this is a weird Gundam frame, because the thing about the Gundam frames, right, is the armor around the outside of the Gundam frames is actually, like, even though it's protecting, like, you know, the Gundam frame, it is also actually weaker than the Gundam frame itself. Like, the Gundam frames are the parts that are special, right? Really funny with this, its armor is actually an enhanced version of the nanolaminate armor that they normally use. So this armor is about as tough as the Gundam frame is. So this is a very, very defensive friend that is, you know, this armor is strong. And then the frame is strong, and this is just a beefy Gundam.
Yeah.
It also has shock resistance, so even if it's getting pelted with shots, it is not going to shake the pilot to death, luckily. Since that is, like, something that, especially in a setting like IBO, I could imagine coming up, like, if the armor is really, you know, it's not armored, a pilot in a pilot seat. Let's just keep hitting the armor really hard, and then, you know, pilot gets whiplash / is basically shake to death. But this armor is shock resistant, so they cover that.
Also, as a Calamity War design that hasn't really been updated, it does not have any integrated weapons.
Nope, no integrated weapons at all. It is all melee on this friend. Which makes sense because, you know, these were fighting the mobile armors that were also made out of nanolaminate armor, which, you know, even regular nanolaminate armor does protect from most small to medium arms in IBO. So rather than being equipped with anything ridiculous in terms of ranged weapons or built-in things, nope, not at all. It's got its battle anchor. The battle anchor is the weapon it is holding in its art. It is called an anchor, and you're like, wait, that doesn't look like an anchor. That looks like it would be a scythe. But then you look at the back of it, and it is broken. So, presumably,
this is the thing that gets on my nerves.
Oh, you don't like this?
There's no beyond the artist deciding it looks cool. There's absolutely no reason that you wouldn't just at least weld a counterweight or something on here so the weapon had balance.
Well,
you wouldn't just leave it broken and untouched for, you know, however many, 100 years
now
or something?
Here's the thing. If this Gundam was mothballed after it participated in the war, what if it kept the damage on there because it was like a museum piece, and then it gets pulled out under short notice? And the anchor is probably made out of, like, a weird material, given that it was made for fighting, you know, the mobile armors.
But that doesn't... The fact that it's made out of a weird material doesn't matter. You could weld something onto it that's just cheaper material that's just heavy.
That wouldn't look... It wouldn't look as cool, though.
Actually, it would, because that looks like shit.
I love this. I love this, personally. I love that it's a broken anchor
specifically
that looks like a
note,
scythe, personally.
Like, this isn't me, like, metagaming. They specifically note that it's a badly balanced weapon.
Oh, yeah, no.
This.
They do note that. But...
just put a chunk of steel on there so that it has balance.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I like it. I think it looks cool because I like the false scythe look that it has, especially when you combine it with the rest of the Hood and Grim Reaper stuff that's going on with it.
To me, it's part of a narrative of them not trying hard. This is a cool machine, and, like, the fact that when it comes back, they didn't, like...
Damn.
I'm mad at the people in universe, but because of Ebikawa's decisions, of course, because that's how art works. But, like, you brought this thing back, you didn't give it an assault rifle or something, you didn't give it anything? You didn't give it anything. You just give it its broken weapon.
I haven't read the manga.
Rich families?
I haven't read the manga, so again, for all I know, it could literally get pulled out of, like, a museum or something at a moment's notice. Because I think it only has, like, one battle with the Astaroth. And then it gets ended because Dira is fighting the Astaroth. the worst part is it actually comes up in Cross Rays. I don't remember exactly why they fight, because I know that Dara is actually allied with them afterwards. But yeah, but this machine only shows up in 2 chapters, chapter 5 and 6.
It does appear that she stole the family robot and ran away.
Ah, well, that explains it.
Somewhat.
I mean, again, if it's a
is she able to get repairs and fuel for it? In that case, weld a slab of metal on there.
Here's the thing: it uses the double drive. I don't think it needs fuel. If the AHAB reactor was all charged up, fucking the bale has been sitting in a goddamn hangar for however many years, and not only does fucking McGillis get into it, it is like flying around and stuff immediately. Let's be fair.
I guess that's true.
So yeah, so this, I think it would explain it. I think if this was actually like meant to be put into combat and wasn't just like the family heirloom that is like a museum piece, it would maybe be more repaired.
Okay, that's fair. All right. I would like a version of it that is like I said, but I understand.
Well, luckily the way the model kit is put together with the way that you put the blades on it, if you were to buy 2 of them, you could in fact just make it have 2 ends, I believe.
Let me see how this clips together, because I like the idea of the counterweight. Could I even just clip something else? Is it a fairly universal connection?
Let me look. I would have to double check. It's not like 30-minute missions era, so I don't think it's like that, but let me look and see how these are connected, because I'm pretty sure the blades are a separate piece that go on to the thing. Let me look at...
Because the other thing you would do if you were...
So, okay. I'm going to show you the model kit instructions here. If Figma would let me... Why are you not letting me paste an image? Hold on. What the fuck? I'm hitting Control V and it is not pulling up the usual thing. Hold on. Let me reload.
Sure.
Oh, am I not logged in?
No.
Ah! That would explain.
I noticed that earlier, but I don't know how that affects your permissions. The other thing you would do, right, is instead of just making it a counterweight, like, there's kind of no real advantage to having the same blade on either side. I know aesthetics or whatever, but just turn it into a war pick. Give it like a smashing side.
Yeah, sorry about that. I think I directly clicked on, like, because I have our channel favorited, so I think it just let me in. But...
sure.
But I wasn't actually logged in. Okay, now it's loading. Okay, here we are. Now I can...
Why does it log you out all the time?
When I reset Firefox.
So
when I reset Firefox.
I see.
Well, because, like, after Firefox has been open for a long time, it starts to use a lot of memory, and I have it clear all my cookies and all my other site data. So then it logs out. Anyway.
Okay, that's not the most typical connection. You probably couldn't as easily just shove some random thing on there.
Or, if you were really weird, you could, when you buy 2, you could do a normal anchor on one and a double broken anchor on another. And then it's just a spear or like a halberd with the edges broken. Or no.
With huge boar catches on the sides.
Yeah. Anyway, like I said, I like it, but I understand your argument from a practicality perspective, but I like it. Anyway, yeah, so this is a defensive Gundam, though, which is funny. Cooler than Sandrock to me. When we're talking about a universe where Gundams are already kind of unstoppable.
Though I would like it better if this thing had the Endless Waltz Chotels.
That would be cool.
Those would be cool.
So just to show the armor on the wrist doing its thing, the armor on the wrist, as you can see here, the hood can pull back from the head, obviously. And then the armor on the wrists, that little arm, lets it pop in front. You can actually use them to probably punch with, given that this is literally harder armor than the frame and whatnot. So you could probably use those as, like, makeshift melee weapons as well. Or, again, with the way it folds, you can even use it like a small shield.
It feels like it would be better if you could just pull it forward a little bit, but not move, like, fold it over. Because with punching, you don't want to spread the impact over as wide an area as possible. That just dilutes the power.
Well, given that it rotates at that end, you could just leave it pointing forward.
Yeah, there you go.
So
have it acting almost like a kind of like a wrist blade, but dull.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing: it doesn't really matter, given the hardness of it, and given that it still ends at a point.
Sure.
That point is going to press through whatever it hits, probably.
Fair.
It doesn't even need to be a blade. That is still putting a lot of force from a hard object over a small area.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. And then you can also see from the image here, by the way, that these little back wing parts can fold, like, point outwards. They have, side-to-side movement. As well as a little bit of up-to-down movement with how they're connected. I believe they have a bit of rotational movement. Yeah, it looks like they do. So, yeah. So this machine is used by Dara Nadira, who is basically everything sucks. Like, her backstory, everything sucks for her, unfortunately, because she has a fiance who she believes dies, which is Mina Zelmfort. So, yay. It's funny because, like, I believe it is a political marriage. However, she, she is actually, like, in love with her, which is nice. So even though it is a gay political marriage, at least, they still seemingly love each other, which is nice.
At least it's... Yeah, I'm trying to come up with a joke, and I'm going to fail, but the fact that gay political and apolitical rhyme should be something.
Fair enough. So her father was accused of misconduct because seemingly because of what happened with the shuttle explosion. And then Dara was freaking out, and she stole her family's Gundam and fled to an island near Antarctica. Just was like, fuck it, I'm hiding. Which, if you're gonna hide somewhere in the world, I guess an island near Antarctica would be relatively, decent place to hide.
It'd be hard to get food there, probably. I mean, maybe it's like close, but not so close you can't easily fish.
Yeah.
You get really sick of fish, though. And also, you need, like, fish are good for you, right? Like, nutrient-wise, but you should get some vegetables or something. Do you think she, like, stole the Gremory and then, like, a bunch of, like, barrels of, like, pickled vegetables?
Honestly, my brain just goes, probably just grabs a bunch of nutrition bricks.
Oh, right. Future.
Well, no, like, I just meant, like, MREs. Or something.
I guess. Yeah, I guess. I want to imagine her with a big barrel of taco on. But,
I mean, okay, so, this is reminding me of just a little side thing. In a campaign that is still on hold right now of Beam Saber I was playing, my second character stole a robot, was working for a faction as a test pilot that she ended up not agreeing with, stole the robot, and the cockpit has become a makeshift home, and it is awful in there because it is full of... And she's a smoker, so it is full of cigarettes. The cigarette smoke,
right.
Like cigarette butts. The cigarette smoke has the panels were white. They are now, like, yellowed because of cigarette smoke. Like, if you've seen, like,
sure.
Old stuff. And then also there are just MRE wrappers everywhere in there. And it's just awful. It is terrible in there because she didn't really consider that when you run away with a robot and you are on the run, and you are stuck in it for roughly 2 weeks, that, other than being able to, like, not in active combat, but still being pursued, you basically can stop for, like, a bathroom break, and that's it. And she hasn't cleared out the cockpit. And so that's what that reminded me of, talking about that. Anyway. So
There you go.
I believe the reason that RG Mirage finds her though is RG is working with Mina Zomfort. Mina's dad is evil and is like planning, kind of framed Dara's father. And, they're just doing their own political machinations, basically, and the kids are caught up in it, is the thing that sucks. RG's like, hey, your wife is alive and looking for you, and, doesn't want her dad doing this, and then, she doesn't believe, and then they fight a little, and then Mina, is able to get her voice through the radio to Dara, and then Dara stands down.
Hey, log back into the thing. Why are you not in the board?
What? I am on the board.
Oh, weird. It didn't show you until you moved your cursor just now and you just appeared.
Yeah, sorry.
Huh.
But yeah, so
Right,
that's
fair.
kind of Dara's backstory. And yeah, so the Gremory gets a cool fight. It doesn't really get to do much, but it gets like a little fight. It actually got a kit though, because people love this design.
Yeah, it's really cool. I wanted to have more weapons, but that's, that would have to happen, I assume, later in the story.
Yeah. So
when she made a friend.
A really bizarre thing, apparently in IBOG, underneath, they gave the mask the double vent of a Gundam, but you don't really see it except for during some animations where it pulls the hood back. We sadly don't have a picture of that. That's generally not what it is depicted with, though, so that might just be an error in the game. So, interestingly also, sometimes, if you look at the wrist armor, let me see if I can get it. You can't really see it here. You can see there's like an opening at the end of the wrist armor there. Sometimes, some games have given this autocannons, which, to be fair, a lot of the Gundam design, like even the Bale has the small arms on the wings in order to just... Basically, the idea is they can use it to plunk people. Now, it is never described as having these in any of its biography notes, like in, any of Ebikawa's art or anything. You can see that he did design them, though, that they do have, an opening there, so they could be autocannons. Though, part of my brain just thinks it might be, a reinforcement bar or something, Like, they cut away this armor to, make it weigh a little less at the end, and then they just put this bar here as, a center weight.
Or pneumatics or something.
Yeah. So I don't necessarily think that is an autocannon if Ebikawa's not labeling it as such in any of its art. I believe that is just a game seeing a thing and someone going, well, we want to give it a ranged weapon and that kind of looks like one. Not the first time the game has done something like that. Even games like GBO2 that are really, usually really detail heavy have gotten details wrong on suits before. So, and especially for things that are not animated ever. And yeah, and she brings it back. That's the other thing, right? Is she doesn't bring it back to, no, she's okay with her dad, so brings it back to her dad and her family probably after this, after her self-imposed exile.
Well, is her dad out of jail yet?
I think he is by the end.
Okay.
Because I believe the story, involves them revealing...
restores the family name. Okay.
They, reveal Slight Zelmford's scheme. Let me see how that is. It is Slight. Okay, it's SLYT. Don't like that name. That's just not a... Even though it's pronounced Slight, when I see it SLYT, even though a word doesn't have a mouthfeel necessarily, from its spelling, it has a worse mouthfeel than SLIGHT to me.
Yeah, I don't think that highly of a lot of IBO names. They're fine, they're not a problem, but they're not good. But Slight Zalmfort's son, Zadiel Zalmfort, goes under a alias Zaza Fossil, and that's a good name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Zaza Fossil is the Dantalian pilot.
Yeah.
And Mina's brother, and sort of the rival of our main character, RG Mirage.
Sure. Why not?
And yeah. So then Dira, the family name. She takes over as the head of the family, though. And, yeah. Oh, she also takes over Slight's job because he was the one who masterminded the shuttle explosion. So, yay. And for them.
Makes sense.
Here is her giving, for Dira herself, here she is giving, I presume, some kind of, oh, that's a napkin, I believe. Snack and napkins, holding them for, Mina. Also, Mina seemingly spelled some, so she's probably going to clean. That is what I assume is the assumption here.
Here's some other random lesbian who's angry.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I'm like... Well, again, I don't think Gecko has been translated, so at most, if you played Crossrays, you could get a very summarized version of things involving the battles. I'm going to say, though, for Dira, I like that her outfits are all pretty good. I like her...
I figured out who that is.
Oh, who is that on the left?
That is Kim Cerulean.
Oh, God, she is a lesbian! Also, clearly.
I'm told that this is more like a big sister thing.
Okay.
But I cannot confirm or deny. I can only confirm that she seems like a lesbian.
I'm just saying. Anyway, I like Dara's outfits. This is presumably what she is wearing in Antarctica, given the heavy jacket, the scarf and whatnot. Or is that a scarf, or is she just wearing like a turtleneck? She might just be wearing like a turtleneck.
I think it looks like a turtleneck with a fleece hood.
Yeah.
On her, looks like kind of a canvas jacket with the pockets there. Yeah.
And then at the end of the game, well, I mean, at the end of her Crossrays section, she shows up in this too, but then she also has a dress that she wears at the end. But yeah, I love Dara, and I love the Gremory, so don't know a lot about them because no one's translated the manga yet, as far as I'm aware. Let me see, did Zeonic translate? I'm pretty sure Zeonic did not translate this, but let me double check because I don't want to be wrong. Oh no, Zeonic did do IBO Gecko when... Oh no. No. This is just Zeonic having a listing and a translation of the staff. Okay. Doesn't actually have scanlations of it. Okay, I don't feel too bad.
Is this the same thing as Steel Moon?
Oh, that...
Because
yes.
I found something.
Steel Moon. IPO Gecko, Steel Moon. Let me see. Okay, so the last thing I see about it is someone 4 years ago saying, still hoping someone finishes it. I guess maybe some chapters have been translated?
Well, I mean, if that's 4 years ago, this isn't a good place for me to post links.
Yeah.
But, so I could just DM them to you, but, they've got through Volume 4 done.
Okay.
I don't know how many volumes. It appears that Chapter 16 Volume 4 is the final. So I think this is all of it.
Oh.
Someone picked up a bit. 4 months ago.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's very funny to see the 4 months ago. There. What scan group even did? Shogunai scans. Oh, and then one scanlation group.
It's sort of it was a relay race.
Yeah, I was gonna say 8 years ago. One scanlation group did the first 4 chapters, and then 5 years ago, another scanlation group did a bunch of the other chapters, and then finally someone picked up the last 2. Okay, weird.
Yeah, this one. At least I don't know about Tofu Bread. It looks like Seijo Try is rather than a group, just a dude.
Okay, yeah.
Oh wait, no, these are all okay. These are bad links, actually. Never mind. Who knows? Anyway, shall we move on?
Yeah. I mean. Oh yes. Tell people about. Okay, so to describe Craig is a bear. 2 ears on top of the head, 2 eyes, a little button nose, and a very non-perturbed mouth. Very, very just neutral expression.
Mm-hmm. Fairly flat shading, though there is a little bit of a shadow on the side of the face, so you can tell the light source is clearly coming from the left.
And sometimes, such as in our Discord call, has a mic put in front of the face. A very rudimentary circle mic, and then the stand being a simple...
That's true. Let me get a little pic of that. That's a good point.
And Craig is very helpful. Specifically for 6, in case of emergencies.
So Craig is, of course, just a Discord bot. Free to use, though there is a Patreon. I've never really checked out the Patreon, because as is, what Craig does is Craig obviously records any incoming audio, records it multiple formats. You can get flat, MPEG-4, MP3. You can get it as just an Audacity project. It separates everyone by track. It labels the tracks. It does as high of a quality as Discord provides. You can download the audio while Craig is still recording. It will just stop where, it'll keep recording but give you as much as it has so far. It will record up to 6 hours. It keeps your audio for 7 days. It's been doing this for 9 years.
Yep.
But, there was one time where Discord was really having some bumpy server issues, right? Mm. And so Craig was having some issues. Which is why we have the related unit, Georg.
Georg? Oh, God. Oh, it's Craig backwards. Okay. I get it now.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is Georg?
Georg is Craig, but hosted in a different country. Craig is in Canada. Georg is in France.
Okay. Okay, I have a complaint to lodge about the Gundam Wiki. Quick IBO spoilers at the very
thank
end.
God. I thought you were about to complain about Craig, and we were gonna have to have a fight.
So the IBO Wiki on Dira's page, in the notes and trivia section, says Dira is the third character since Gwyn Sard Lionford from Turn A Gundam and Yamagi Gilmerton from Iron-Blooded Orphans to show romantic interest to the same gender. And then has the audacity after that to be like, Dira's engagement to Mina is the second instance of a same-gender marriage in the post-disaster timeline, following the marriage of Kudelia and Atra. Hey, here's a thing. Why are Kudelia and Atra not mentioned in that prior thing? Why is only Yamagi mentioned? Because Atra is, in fact, clearly interested in Kudelia as well. That is actually the whole reason that she suggests that they all get together, for her and Mika, and I'm bothered by, the wiki erasing, Atra from this.
I mean, they also have chosen phrasing that's incredibly easy to quibble with.
Yes.
Show some romantic interest. Yes, no one else in Gundam has ever been interested in someone else of the same gender. You would never say that, I mean, God, the examples, you reel for a second. Garma wasn't interested in Char at all. What are we talking about?
Yeah, no. It just drives me nuts, because I'm like, Atra, it literally brings up that Atra views Kudelia as a good friend. I just saw in the wiki, and I'm like, I feel Atra makes Kudelia a bracelet, the one she made for Mika, and is also hey, we should make a family together, and also, I feel, Kudelia is the one who's, more weird about, to be honest, both Mika and Kudelia, and Atra. She's just kind of I'm a politics. I'm confused by all of this. But I feel it is very... I'm bothered by this. I'm just saying, bisexual queen Atra mixed, we all love her. Mm-hmm. And I'm grumpy at the Gundam Wiki for this erasure, but whatever. It's fine. Anyway. Alright.
Also, we all know that everyone in Seed was gay for Nickel. That's why they were so upset when he died.
C might arguably, especially considering all the cucking plots, be the most heterosexual Gundam has ever been, somehow. Which is wild to say, because, Tomino has, sometimes just weird gender things that feel very heterosexual in brain. And yet, somehow, especially given the Seed Freedom story and whatnot, I'm just saying that Gundam Seed might actually be the most heterosexual Gundam. And that includes, I know a lot of people... You know why I say this? I was like, I know a lot of fans ship Durka and Yazak. Then again, though, there's a fair significant part of the Seed fandom, including its extended material, that's like, no, Yazak loves Shiho, actually. Yazak and Shiho forever, so,
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Anyway, that's a pod. Six, where can people find you on
sorry, I'm just gonna...
sorry.
Just real quick, I'm gonna from the origin. I'm just gonna post some people not having any romantic interest in each other.
That is, I have my quibbles with the origin. Do love that panel. Do love that panel. For all Yaz is a criminal, he can sometimes be really. I mean, one, his art is good. I like his art, and two, very good at framing a scene, even if he's like, new types... Us saying new types are special are why the sarin gas attacks happened. And I'm like, oh no. Yes, you have to calm down. You can't be like this.
Yeah.
Look, sometimes a terrorist attack happens and you go from seemingly being alright to becoming extremely liberal brain derogatory. I mean, liberal brain is derogatory, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in a very specific way. Looks at the country that we live in also.
Yeah.
But, anyway, alright. Now that's a pod. Six, where can people find you online?
You can find me on Blue Sky, 6.scanlinemedia.com. You can find my work at scanlinemedia.com or patreon.com/scanlinemedia. We put up video versions of the pod there if you aren't aware, which you could enjoy, and see all the fun goofs. See the fun picture of Faye from Cowboy Bebop that I posted earlier that Dylan totally ignored. Also you could join us on the Scanline Media Discord if you want to chat with us about stuff, and also, make requests there. That's the easiest way to make requests, because you just send a message.
Wait, where'd you post the picture? Wait, what? Picture of Faye?
Yeah, you weren't paying attention when you were talking about your character in Beam Saber, like littering their cockpit. I posted the screen cap of that episode where Faye gets stranded in space and her cockpit's full of trash.
Right, yeah. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, you can, I guess for me, you can find me at Low Poly Robot on Busky, and I just hang out other places. Sorry, I got thrown off about the Faye Valentine things, and I'm just like, only one last note. God damn, I didn't, I should have noticed it when I linked the one picture. Mina might actually have, like, the biggest hair in IBO, which is funny considering there's a lot of women with a lot of hair in IBO. There's a lot of women with thick hair, but I'm like looking at pictures. I can't find a lot of Mina, but it feels like she's got a lot of hair.
I'm sure it's hard to style when your hair is that thick, but boy, she has a ton and is doing nothing with it.
I mean, look, as someone who also has thick hair that I mostly...
I'm looking.
As someone else who also has thick hair that I mostly just wear down, it's fine.
If I was in an anime or manga, and therefore I didn't actually have to do my hair, it was done for me by an artist, I would do wild shit.
Fair enough. I'm boring. I'm boring. Alright.
Also, if I wasn't balding because of fucking... I mean, because of male pattern baldness, but I got a head start because of fucking dialysis. That sucks.
Oh.
I used to have great hair.
I'm sorry.
Womp womp.
I'm Dylan. I'm very lucky with my hair. I feel very lucky to have the hair that I have, because my hair is from
post some pictures. Post a taco.
Yeah, my hair is from my dad's side. And if it was not from my dad's side, if it was from my mom's side, that would be bad, because every, regardless of non-binary status, every guy in the family on my mom's side seems to start balding by the time they're like 20, the hairline recedes by the mid-20s, which did not happen to me. I am going to be 33 in how many days? 6 days.
What?
And still going strong.
So folks, if you send a message when you hear this, you will only be 1 day late. Wishing Dylan a happy birthday.
Yeah. Is that... Wait, that's zucchini on the right, but... What are these?
I think these are Persian cucumbers, actually.
Okay, fair enough.
And this is takoan, which is basically a style of pickled daikon.
Oh.
The most popular style of pickled daikon, really.
Okay.
I'm just posting various sukemono, Japanese pickled foods that apparently Daira was not enjoying in Antarctica. Or so I'm told.
Okay. Well, I don't know, closing quote. I mean, I don't ever do the closing quotes. That's all you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hang on. I'm pulling something up.
Had momos for the first time.
Had what?
Momos for the first time because we had Nepali food. We got some food the other
I don't
day.
know what those are.
They're a dumpling. They are a steamed dumpling, and we just got them from a restaurant. They're very, if you've had a gyoza, you've had something very similar.
Sure, I've had lots of different kinds of dumplings. Oh yes, I have. I haven't had these, but I have seen these. Yes.
Yeah. Ours was soaked in a chili broth. It was really good.
Oh, that sounds great. Yeah. So closing quote: 4 tablespoons soy sauce, 2 tablespoons rice vinegar, 2 tablespoons sugar. You sort of heat that in a pan, let it dissolve the sugar. Then you dice, thinly slice, I guess I should say, Persian cucumbers. You add salt to that. You sprinkle salt over the top. Let it sit for 15 minutes. Wash the salt off. Dry it with paper towel. Chop a little bit of a Japanese-style red chili. And then put all that in a jar. Pour the sauce you made over top. Let it sit for a couple hours. There you go. You got some really good pickles. Peace.
Peace.